welcome back to my channel. I'm Johan and today I have an H&M and Zara home haul. This is a very impromptu haul actually. These things always start with needing one thing and then starting to look and then think about, oh maybe I'll pick up a couple of things whilst I'm doing my rest of my shopping. And it all started with a sugar bowl because I needed something else to hold sugar in for when we have guests for tea and coffee. And I had some things saved in my favourites in Zara, so I thought, let me have a look around at Zara and H&M Home. So I just wanted to show you these bits with you. I wanted to get to showing you straight away so I can start using them straight away, because otherwise it just sits around. So the first thing that I picked up was this sugar bowl from Zara Home. Now I was looking for a sugar bowl just to replace a one I'd had since, gosh, probably about 16 years, so I wanted to replace it, and I found this one. I think it's really cute because the spoon sits on the side here, so you get to have you don't have to run around looking for a teaspoon when you're putting sugar in your tea and coffee, and it just slots in here. Obviously I wouldn't put it actually in the tea, there'd always be a teaspoon with the tea and coffee for people that like to stir their milk and things, but this is the perfect way to measure out a teaspoon of sugar. It's got a wooden lid as well, and I think this was £19.99, either £14.99 or £19.99. So it's got the lid here, it's airtight with a seal, and I think it looks really cute. It will look really nice when guests come over, and you can bring that out with the sugar. And then I bought some glasses because I've got some really small kind of tumblers, really small ones that the children used to use, but they're much bigger now, and I wanted to replace them anyway with something that everybody can use, which look a bit smarter, a bit more grown up. So I picked up 6 of these. I'll just show you 2, and they are just really simple glasses. They're not coloured at all. I haven't got a blue tint. It's just completely clear glass, and it's got these ridges up and down them, so they just look really nice on the table and just give some extra texture as well. So I bought 6 of these just to replace those other ones, and those other ones are just going to go to a charity shop, because I do that with the kitchen every so often. I take all the things that I haven't used for a long time or no longer need or are no longer my style, and then take them to a charity charity. And then the other thing I bought to serve water in was this glass bottle here. This was more of an impulse buy because this was only £5.99. These glasses are £3.99 each, by the way, and this bottle was £5.99 and it was £3.95 for postage and packaging, so I just picked something that was quite inexpensive that I would still use and would be practical to get, rather than pay for postage and packaging, to tip it over to £50 because it's free postage and packaging. And so I picked up this glass bottle. It's got a stopper here, like so, like that there, and it's just got this kind of, I don't know, it's textured glass. It's really pretty, and again, just to serve drinks at the table with. Put these out together when guests come over or when we're sitting outside in the back of the garden. And then the last thing I wanted was a milk jug for when I serve tea and coffee. I actually didn't have a milk jug, and I really hate taking the big bottles of like plastic milk jugs or whatever. I don't get milk delivery, so it's not in a glass bottle, but I hate taking those packets to the table when people are drinking. So I bought this, and the reason why I got this one is my daughter said it looked like a kind of chemistry beaker a bit, which it does, but the reason why I got this one is I quite like the shape, and it will fit with the rest of my glassware and kind of coffee stuff that I have, also actually from Zara Home. I've got really pretty sets. And the reason why I use this one is because it can be heated, and you can put hot milk in here as well as cold milk, because I think is it Borserite glass or something, I can't remember what it's called, but it means it can be heated so that way it won't crack, and I can put hot milk in here as well, especially those who prefer to keep their drinks warmer. And I always like to heat the milk and froth the milk in the milk frother that I have as well. So this is what I got from here. And just when it comes to cleaning these types of bottles, I do have a bottle cleaner, but not one that's I think slim enough and long enough to get into here. And I also have a decanter, which I usually put red wine in when I have people over or for having dinner. I bought some decanter balls, which you can get from Zara, and they're about £15 on Zara, but I got mine from Amazon. In Zara, they obviously come in a much prettier box than just like a little box like this, like a little tub like this. They come in a nice box, but I don't really care about that. So what you do with these is that you pour these onto the bottom of like your decanter or a bottle like this with a little bit of suds, and you kind of swirl it around, and it will clean the bottom of your decanter, the bottom of your bottles, those kind of hard to reach kind of drinking bottles that can get a bit disgusting at the bottom if you don't clean it properly. So I bought these, and they were $6.99, and obviously they're metals, they're reusable, so you'll be able to use these forever basically. You can just strain them out and put them back in once they're dry. So I bought that, so that's a tip if you have bottles like this and you don't know how to get right to the bottom and clean every bit, then use these kind of decanter balls that are like this. These are great. Next thing I bought, let's move over to H&M Home now, was a little salt pot. So I use either Redmond's real salt or Celtic salt. We don't use table salt in this house. So the salt shakers, and the grains of those are thicker, and even the Celtic fine salt is still thicker than normal table salt, and I don't think those shakers really, I think they'll get stuck in there. So I bought a salt pot. I've got a salt pot by where I cook, just to add salt to my cooking. And this one is a little ceramic one which I bought from H&M. I think it's so cute and will look really nice on the table. So it's a little pot like this and a little lid, and it sits on top like that, and I think that is so sweet. And I'm going to put my Celtic salt in this one because I use my flaky salt for cooking or for topping steaks and things like that, but this would be nice for the table to get a pinch of salt as well, which I thought was super cute. And I think this was about £10, so it's made of 50% recycled ceramics, but I think there's a whole range in this style, and I think that would look really nice even if it was just a decorative piece, or you wanted to keep rings in there or jewellery as well, so you could use it in the bedroom as well. And then I bought some linen napkins. So these are made out of recycled cotton. They're just plain white linen napkins, and they are for just, again, when we have people over for dinner. I don't really like using paper napkins if I can help it, and these can go in the wash obviously, and you're just not wasting paper, that kind of stuff, and they just look really pretty when you are laying on the table. So I bought 2 packs of 4, and that they were £10 a pack for 4, and they also do one that's £10 for 2, and they are linen ones. Sorry, these are cotton ones. Sorry, I said linen. These are cotton, and the other ones are linen. So you're paying a bit more for the linen ones, but for me this is fine. I've got some left from John Lewis when we got married, so they are looking a bit like the white's not as white anymore, so that's why I wanted to replace them. And yeah, I got 2 packs of those. They look like bagged up. And then for Christmas, I've already started picking up a couple of bits for Christmas because we're hosting Christmas. I'm not going that mad because we do have a lot of things already, like not a lot, but we have enough to kind of dress the house and that kind of thing. Our table runner, I noticed last year, was just really grotty. It was a really inexpensive one, but it was still really actually quite sweet. That was a red table runner that ran down the middle, and it was a felt one, so as we started wiping it away, the felt started to go. So I want to replace that. I think I might cut up the felt one and see whether I can hang it over a fireplace instead, and that might look quite nice, but I'm going to see if I can upcycle that somehow. But for the actual table, I haven't opened this yet, I bought this red, like burnt orangey red table runner for the middle of the table. I think it will look really pretty against the colour of the wood of the table, and this will just run down the centre. We've got quite a long table. We've got a really nice custom table that seats 8 to 10 quite comfortably, so this will look really nice down at the centre. I just really love the colour. It's not like a really red Christmas red, but it will work through autumn as well, which is why I quite like it, because it will look nice across the table throughout the whole season of autumn and through Christmas, because it's more of a burnt colour than that bright typical Christmas red colour. And then the last thing I bought from H&M Home, oh no, 2 more things from H&M Home. One of the things I bought from H&M Home was this teapot. I have a normal standard teapot like every home does in the UK, and but I wanted one for loose leaf tea because I started drinking more loose leaf tea and more green tea. and digestives tea, that kind of thing. And I bought this one from, I got this one from H&M. I love it. And it was only £20, which I think actually is a pretty good price for a teapot like this, because I've seen them in Whittards and places like that, and they're quite a lot more expensive. And it's a glass teapot. It has 4 cups of tea in here, so again it's quite large, I would say, for this. And it has a kind of a sieve in here, like you would when you were doing loose leaf tea. So you put your tea leaves in this section here, and it will diffuse it right through, which is quite, I think it's how these are. So you put your loose leaf tea in here and it will diffuse right through and leave it to brew, and I really love this. I think it's really pretty. I've got some tea from Bird & Co. If you want to hear a review about those, they do really delicious award-winning loose leaf teas, and they are not too expensive actually for the quality of the tea. But anyway, this is what I've bought that for. I've got like a clear teacup set and a porcelain white teacup set, and I think this would look good sitting next to all of it, and this will also look good next to the other glassware that I've bought all together for people that, you know, some people might want tea and some people might want coffee, and I think it would just look really nice as a set. And then last thing that I did buy from H&M, again Christmas, were these little plates. They're £2.49 and I think they're so adorable. They're these tiny little plates here, Christmas design on the plates, and that they are £2.49. And just put it into perspective, there's my hand and there's the size of my plates, but the size of my palm. And I think they're so cute. I think they're so cute to put little mince pie on when you have guests over. And the reason why I say this is that at Christmas, we are quite a busy household with guests anyway. People tend to come over. We have people over for dinner, for lunch, coffee quite often anyway. My daughter and my son and daughter have friends over quite often, so we're quite a sociable household in that way. So it's quite cute to be able to serve things. You don't need these things by any means, but I thought it was quite sweet to have these, and they were £2.49 each, so I bought 6 of those, because when we get together as a family at Christmas, we're 15, and if we've got, not everyone's going to want mince pies and things like that, because not everybody eats the same way in my house, in my family. So those who do will get it on a pretty little Christmas plate, and those who don't won't get anything at all. So there you go. So that's all I got from H&M and Zara. And there's actually one more thing I want to show you that I bought from Etsy, because Etsy's one of those places that sometimes I forget about, and I realise actually you can get something really nice handmade things from there, because I needed something. I got this really beautiful plant for my birthday. I don't know who got it for me, because they just left it on a gift table, and it's such a beautiful plant. I absolutely love it, because I love houseplants already. I'm just looking around at it. So if you can see, it's this one here. Yeah, and I absolutely love it. And it was, everything was kind of on the floor, so I bought I was looking for a stool to put the plant on, but the plant stools that I had seen were around £50–60, the ones that I liked, and I actually didn't want to spend that much on a plant stool. And then I remembered Etsy, and I thought, let me just see whether there's anything that's handmade that could fit the bill. I could have asked my brother to do it, but he is fully busy now, so he won't be able to do that for a while. But let me show you the kind of thing that I bought. So it's one of these kind of plant stands, and these can be quite expensive, to be honest, good quality ones, and it's handmade, and it only took a few days to come. I think it was from the Yorkshire Garden something, Yorkshire. I'll link them below, because I think for the price it was £23, and I think that was a really good price for something that's actually really quite solid. And this is the plant that I was talking about, and it just fits in there just like that, and it gives it a bit of height. So now everything's not on the floor, and there's a bit of height to how the arrangement looks, and I absolutely love it. I think that's a pretty good price. So this is my small mini home haul for now. Let me know if you see anything H&M home or Zara home. I'm going to keep an eye on those at the moment, just as we go into next season. There's a couple of other things that I would like to buy. I want to buy a new Christmas wreath this year, because ours is really tatty. And just a couple of little Christmas things that I do still want to get, and then I'm done. And some dried kind of berries and things to make some napkin ring. I want to make my own napkin ring holders, or just something nice to put on the table. So there's just a couple of little things that I still want to get. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with somebody who loves homeware as well, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.